All right, you've done your research, you've read the articles, you've watched the documentaries, you're ready to go plant-based. But how do you actually do it? Well, stick around, I'm gonna show you how. Hey, I'm Ben of Ben Mastrocco Food Coaching and of course Comedy Kitchen, and I specialize in helping people create a more plant-centric, natural, clean lifestyle. Now, your motivations for going plant-based might be a little bit different depending on if you're doing it for health reasons or animal welfare reasons, but we're gonna be focusing mostly on going plant-based for health reasons today. So everything that I've got for you is gonna be centered around that. Personally, I identify as plant-based or flexitarian, as I like to call it. So what that means for me is I'm about 90% vegan. I leave a little bit of wiggle room in there, and we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go along. But right now, let's just get right on into it. I've got 5 tips to help you get started on your plant-based journey and how to do it the right way. Tip number 1, consider the fact that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So look, I think a lot of people watch documentaries like Game Changers and they're just like, I think I'm gonna become vegan starting now. I'm officially vegan right now. Is that vegan? Get that away from me, because I'm vegan now, 100%. And for like a couple weeks, it's easy. You're just like, oh, I got this. This is not that big of a deal. And then a friend invites you to a barbecue and you're just like, okay, cool. So the only thing that I can eat here is ketchup. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I am flexitarian or plant-based. And the reason for that is because I care deeply about my health, but I also love food. And if I'm traveling, if I'm out at a fancy restaurant, I want to be able to really experience this food and enjoy it, because that's what lights me up. That's what brings me joy. I know that it's not the rah-rah cheerleader thing to say. Everybody's like, you can be vegan, jump right in, head first. But the reality is, it can be really hard for a lot of people. I'm not trying to sway anybody against becoming vegan here, but what I'm saying is you gotta find the balance that's right for you. I have met many people over the years who were outspoken vegan advocates who eventually decided that they didn't want to be vegan anymore because it was too hard, it was too stressful, it was not sustainable. So my opinion is to ease into something like this and give it some time and figure out where you want that balance to be for you. Don't let anybody tell you what that balance has to be, because that's up to you. Tip number 2, take it easy with processed meat alternatives. I get it, you're just like, okay, well, I'll just replace my chicken with chicken, and great, plant-based, problem solved, ready to go, let's do this. The challenge here is that we're talking about something that's heavily processed. Your vegan meats, your vegan cheeses, and all this. It's got a lot of stuff in there, and from a health standpoint, just because something is not coming from an animal source doesn't automatically make it healthier for you. And in the case of some of these vegan meats, you could even make the argument that they're less healthy for you than a high-quality meat or dairy product. Now, this could be an indulgence, it could be a treat. You go out to eat, you want to get a Beyond Burger, great, no problem with that. But if you're talking about making this the foundation of your meals on a daily basis, you're gonna be putting quite a bit of processed junk in your body, and from a health standpoint, I don't think that that is the best way to go. Also, why is there plant-based turkey? Who's the marketing geniuses that were like, you know what, being vegan is hard, but not anymore. Now you can be vegan and still enjoy the dry, bland flavor of turkey. All right, so tip number 3, here's where we're gonna start to actually talk about how to do this, what to eat, not just what not to eat. So where I really specialize in is the culinary side of things. It's how to make plants easy, delicious, how to fit it into your schedule and create this diet that we're all wanting. So I've got a ton of tips when it comes to this sort of thing, but I'm gonna give you my favorite starter tip right now, just one tip right now to get you going in the right direction. So the tip for making your plants taste delicious, it's all about that secret sauce. Having a really good sauce just makes everything taste great. I think when you're first going plant-based, you're trying to veganize all of your favorite meals. And here's the thing, meatloaf is like 99% meat. It's not designed to be made of plants. Let's focus on making our plants taste amazing. And the easiest way to do that is to just make a really good sauce. Throw a bunch of stuff in a bowl, smother it in a really good sauce, and you're good to go. A lot of what I end up eating is sort of a Buddha bowl, and I've got an ebook below that talks all about this if you're interested. And that brings me right into tip number 4. Tip number 4, don't stress too much about your macros. So you're like, okay, I wanna go plant-based, but how do I get enough protein? Or you talk to a friend who's maybe not on the same level and goes, how are you gonna get enough protein? You can't get enough protein on a plant-based diet. When it comes to protein, everybody's a geeked out fangirl. And when it comes to carbohydrates, everybody thinks they're gonna secretly murder us while we sleep. As long as you're getting a wide variety of foods, you're centering your meals around fruits and vegetables with a nice hearty dose of beans, grains, nuts, all this really, really good stuff, you don't really have to stress that much around how much carbs am I getting, how much protein am I getting. If you're an athlete or someone with a specific health issue, yes, you might have to think a little bit more about this. But for the regular average person, as long as you're eating lots and lots of plants and putting the right stuff in your body, you can chill and relax and know that you're giving your body everything it needs to thrive. Tip number 5, set aside some time to learn new recipes. As we've kind of talked about, you might have to do a little bit of work to change what your meals look like. A lot of your favorite dishes probably don't work in a more vegan, plant-based way. So you're gonna have to learn to cook some new things. And it's really easy to kind of throw your hands up and be like, I don't even know how to start with this. But here's the thing, we have the internet. You're watching it, you're on the internet right now. The internet is bursting at the seams with amazing vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based recipes. There are so many great places to start. You just have to take a little bit of time to actually look through and find some things that look good to you. And hey, if you don't want to do that, I run plant-based cooking classes every week over Zoom. So if you don't want to do all that work, hey, guess what? I've already done all the work for you. I'll just show you what's amazing. You don't have to sort through thousands of recipes. Just come to the class. I'll teach you how to make plant-based food taste amazing, and it's gonna be a lot easier and more fun than you probably think. Hey, if you like this video and you're looking for more resources on how to go plant-based and how to do it the right way, I've got some links below for a free meal plan, a free ebook, and of course my cooking classes. And hey, if you got questions, leave a comment. I love talking about all this stuff. Let's get the discussion going. Click here to subscribe, click here for another video, and I'll see you next time.